Shawn Mendes treat you better on your hometown station, 97.5 KLAK. 821, it's GYU. Getting you up with Johnny B. We do have a dense fog advisory for Texoma up until 10 a.m. this morning, so drive carefully. This is one of my favorite segments, and when you get a teacher that has already done what this gentleman has done, it's easy to see why he is our teacher of the month. Please welcome from Prosper High School, Brian Kennedy. Brian, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Prosper. I've seen the pictures. It's amazing.
Well, what we do at Prosper is I'm the broadcast teacher, and we do a live daily television show for about 15 minutes that broadcasts to the community of Prosper as well as student body. We also stream that on the web. A lot of our alumni and grandmas across the country like to watch their kids on there. But we are producing daily news segments. And as well, what we've introduced this year is a late night comedy format. We like to kind of give kids the opportunity to dream, and whatever they dream up, we like to do. And so we've really been seeing this grow. We've been studying models all the way back to Steve Allen and looking at, Letterman and Carson, and then even now with like Jimmy Fallon and Stephen Colbert, we're watching what they do and figuring out how do we put together that show. And we've got a team of kids that are just knocking it out of the park. It is amazing to do that level of comedy at a high school and that kind of production.
It's amazing. I've seen the pictures of your sets, and I can only imagine not only the enthusiasm level of your students, but we were just talking, by the time that your kids get to college, they're probably far advanced at what even the colleges may be offering.
Yeah, I think that's one of the challenges that we're having, because kids are going to college and they're going into these entry-level programs, and they're like, we've been producing shows for 2 and 3 years, and they're kind of hitting brick walls. I talked to one of my former students who graduated this last year. Last night, he's down at A&M, and he's a business major. And, when he was in school, he said, I'm not going to be a broadcaster in college, so what am I really learning? Well, last night he called back and said, we've been doing presentations. I've been having to get up in front of my classes, and I'm so amazed at how the other students there aren't prepared and don't know how to put it together. He goes, everything you taught me of being a news anchor has helped me to get up and be successful in the business world as well.
With this generation of students having to fill out applications online and really their thumbs do most of the talking, it can only be beneficial for everybody, I would think, for the kids. Because as I've said to kids, sooner or later when you graduate college, you're going to have to do a presentation on yourself. It's called an interview. All right. Exactly. And you're going to have 25 other prospective people out there. What's going to set you apart? I would think a program that you have can help broadcast people who are interested in the field and just in life skills.
It does. It actually does. I mean, there's so many things that I think we cover. I'm a lot older than these kids and come from a different generation, but they bring in so much wealth of knowledge with social media, and we're having those conversations. How do students consume news? How does your generation actually get information? Teach me what works. And they're telling me, we get stuff from Twitter and Snapchat. So we're looking at, well, how do we tell those stories? But we're helping kids learn to tell stories visually, tell them through social media, and make an impact on people around them, as opposed to just, posting what they had for dinner. And they're beginning to tell us some amazing things about how this generation consumes news. And it does. It actually floods into all kinds of different career paths and fields. Some of our students in PR and other things that they're learning just from what we do day to day. And I'll be honest, I have the best job in the world, and I have more fun with it than I think, just teaching the typical math and science.
What personally, last question for you, inspired you to want to share your craft?
I think it's just the ability to dream. We interviewed Todrick Hall, who is headlining on Broadway here a few weeks ago, and he asked me the question. He's like, why are you not in L.A.? Why are you not producing? And I said, well, I get to be at a school, and number one, I can't get canceled if we have a bad week. But it's nice because we get to produce some really quality things, but I get to open the door for a lot of those kids. And I think the enthusiasm at this level is a lot different. When sometimes you get in the industry and you're on someone else's schedule, you're kind of a product of who's ever marketing you, and you live in a tour bus or wherever you're going. For our kids, there's still that nostalgia and enthusiasm and excitement. And I love what I'm doing because I get to open that door for a lot of students. I'm doing exactly what I would do in LA. I just get to do it with some really fun and energetic students who want to learn, are hungry to learn, And I can't think of a better job.
No, and it sounds like you love it, and you've been producing some amazing things. Brian Kennedy from Prosper High School, congratulations on being our Teacher of the Month.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of enthusiasm, I have had the pleasure of working with this lady many, many times. We hosted the McKinney Chamber event together. We've hosted bingo events together. And then when you just talk to her, your day has already become better. And that, of course, is from Independent Bank Square One Mortgage, my good friend Sarah Thomas. Good morning to you.
Good morning, buddy. How are you, Johnny B?
Great to see you. I know Square One Mortgage and Independent Bank, very enthusiastic about being part of the Teacher of the Month program.
Dude, you know we have a soft spot for the teachers. It's true. And community service, all good things. Brian Kennedy, officially my new best friend. He's been teaching for 20 years. He's been here in Prosper for 4 years. This program is absolutely amazing. Probably works 80 to 100 hours in a week when there's a big production deadline going on, and it is amazing. I'm going to drive over there. I'm going to ditch work. I'm going to drive over there, and I'm going to hang out with him.
Fantastic. And you guys have a presentation to him to
We do.
reward him for his efforts.
Woohoo! Okay, here you go. You have to dig it out of the fabulous bag. It has your name on it. It's in a skinny, skinny envelope, which tells you, yeah, it's money.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Go you. Oh, wait,
you
it feels
so
like
much.
there's something else in there, too, Brian. Open that.
Okay.
Open that. Since it's radio, we don't get to make a visual production, right?
Right.
We'll do like, audio. We're like making a crinkly sound of opening paper. It really, it kind of looks like a hockey puck. I'm not sure.
does.
Is it a hockey
I thought
puck?
it was a hockey puck.
I'm not 100% on it, but I'm tickled. I know, I'm so excited. Yo, someday I'm going to make Brian send me the names of all the kids in his program so that I can track them when they become famous superstars.
It's amazing.
Famous superstars.
We got to get some of these kids on the KLAK morning show.
Johnny, we
They
have
would
to
absolutely
do
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
That would be a blast.
We
That
will-
would be a blast. Oh, tell us how do we watch you? What's the station?
We're actually, we broadcast through National Federation of High Schools. That's how we stream live. So anybody can catch us on the web anywhere. If you have internet access, you can watch our show. We air at 10:51 daily. If you go to nfhsnetwork.com, search Prosper Texas, we're going to come up there live. We also have our YouTube channel that we archive everything on. So a lot of our segments, all of our shows, we post there, and that's just going to be Eagle Nation News. YouTube
Cool.
channel, Eagle Nation News.
So
You can
cool.
check
Incredible
us out.
stuff that the kids are doing. Brian, our friends from El Dorado Mazda Chevrolet couldn't be here, but I know they would extend their congratulations. Brian, congratulations. We'll see you at the end of the year for a Teacher of the Year banquet. And amazing stuff. I've seen the sets and all, and amazing stuff you're teaching those kids. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank
I
you
can
for
see
having
why
me.
they're so enthusiastic. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Thank you
Brian
so much.
Kennedy from Prosper High School, our Teacher of the Month.
It's GYU getting you up with Johnny B on 97.5 KLAK.
Screams